What happens when a country known for its glaciers, volcanoes, and conservative roots also hides a beach where clothing is completely optional? Welcome to Chile, a land of wild contrasts, where rugged nature meets radical freedom. Just an hour from Santiago lies Playa Luna, the nation's one and only official NUD3 beach. No signs, no barriers, just the Pacific breeze and a community that celebrates body positivity without shame. Curious what life looks like when the dress code is nothing at all? Stay with us. What you're about to see might challenge everything you thought you knew about Chile. Playa Luna is more than just a beach. It's a cultural marker in Chile's coastal identity. Located between the relaxed fishing town of Horcon and the more developed resort area of Maitencillo in the Valparaiso region, Playa Luna holds the distinction of being the only official nudist beach in the country. Its origin story dates back to the early 2000s when René Rojas, a photographer and passionate advocate for naturism, sought to create a safe and legal space for Chile's nudist community. Before this, Caucao Beach was the unofficial gathering spot, but increasing urban development pushed naturists to find a new sanctuary. It was Rojas who organized the country's first major nudist gathering at Playa Luna, turning a quiet cove into a symbol of personal freedom. What sets Playa Luna apart isn't just its clothing-optional status. The beach itself is stunning, a 500-meter stretch of golden sand embraced by rugged cliffs, often dotted with seabirds that swoop and glide in the coastal breeze. The surrounding environment feels untouched and genuine, free from the typical commercial clutter of many tourist hotspots. Visitors often describe an immediate sense of ease. The atmosphere is especially welcoming for women who want to swim, sunbathe, or play volleyball without being scrutinized. It's a space built on mutual respect and the simple pleasure of being yourself in nature. Though camping is prohibited to preserve the beach's natural state, Playa Luna remains open to all. That openness is part of what gives the beach its inclusive, laid-back vibe. Over time, it has evolved beyond a beach into a shared social space. Music events, art exhibitions, and community festivals are regularly held here, turning this secluded spot into a small but vibrant cultural hub. Locals and tourists alike gather, not just to relax, but to celebrate a lifestyle that values authenticity, simplicity, and connection with the natural world. Chile's geography naturally lends itself to such pockets of freedom. The country stretches between the snow-capped Andes and the vast Pacific, offering an extraordinary range of ecosystems, from dry deserts and lush vineyards to remote southern fjords. And its beaches, often wild and windswept, are part of this larger story. Playa Luna, which translates to Moon Beach, mirrors its name with a crescent shoreline that feels otherworldly. Getting there involves a bit of effort, especially if you're approaching on foot from Caleta Horcon, a path that has become less stable due to rising sea levels and shifting terrain. Still, for those who make the journey, the destination delivers. While Playa Luna doesn't host massive commercial music festivals, it occasionally turns into something even more special, an intimate gathering space where music flows and community forms. These low-key events, often organized by locals or longtime visitors, are spread quietly through word of mouth or posted casually on social media, especially Instagram and TikTok. One recent clip showed a relaxed afternoon turning into a dance-filled evening, with live DJ sets, laughter, and the kind of upbeat energy that makes even a small group feel like a family. The gatherings stay true to what Playa Luna stands for: simplicity, respect, and harmony with nature. There's no formal stage or lineup. Everything remains informal and grounded in shared values. Attendees are expected to embrace the naturist environment with the same mindfulness they would on a quiet day. That means even as the music plays, the atmosphere remains calm, welcoming, and rooted in mutual respect. Chile's relationship with the ocean runs deep, especially for women. With a coastline stretching over 4,000 miles, the sea is part of daily life in countless coastal towns and cities. For many Chilean women, the beach is more than a destination. It's part of their routine, their identity, and sometimes their livelihood. Whether it's relaxing by the water, competing in sports, or working in marine conservation, the connection is personal and profound. Surf culture has grown steadily in Chile, and women are taking on more prominent roles in the lineup. Towns like Pichilemu, home to the renowned surf break Punta de Lobos, have seen rising numbers of female surfers, with champions like Lina Fica from Arica leading the way. A six-time national title holder, Fica isn't just known for her talent on the waves, but for encouraging young women to embrace surfing for both its physical benefits and its empowering effects on mental well-being. Beyond sports, some Chilean women are blending coastal lifestyle with activism. Surfers like Paloma Santos, for example, are involved in grassroots conservation work, pushing to protect marine environments while promoting awareness within their own communities. Meanwhile, in urban coastal spots like Viña del Mar, beach culture leans more toward relaxation. Groups lounging in the sun, families walking the shore, and individuals quietly reading or watching the waves roll in. Style here is practical and expressive. Bold swimsuits paired with light layers like kimonos or wraps, perfect for Chile's variable coastal breeze. Chile's beaches cater to a wide range of experiences. If you're chasing surf and adventure, Pichilemu delivers world-class waves. For calm waters and family-friendly vibes, Bahia Inglesa is a top pick. And if it's romance you're after, Iquique's warm evenings and glowing sunsets offer just the right backdrop. But across these different places, one constant remains: the deep emotional and cultural bond between Chileans, especially women, and the sea. In the South, this connection becomes even more tangible. Initiatives like Mujeres del Mar are helping women in small coastal communities gain financial independence through sustainable fishing. These programs go beyond economics. They empower women while protecting marine ecosystems, proving that environmental care and cultural identity often go hand in hand. Back at Playa Luna, the beach welcomes everyone, including families with children. There are no age restrictions, but visitors are expected to follow the norms of a respectful naturist setting. That means no photography without consent, no inappropriate behavior, and a general atmosphere of mindfulness. Parents who bring children are encouraged to introduce them to the environment with care and responsibility. The goal isn't just comfort, it's cultivating a shared space where all generations can experience the freedom and simplicity of naturism in a safe, balanced way. When people talk about Chile, they often highlight its dramatic landscapes, towering mountains, arid deserts, and wild Pacific beaches. But tucked between these natural wonders is another national treasure: Chilean wine. And it's not just about flavor. It's about roots, resilience, and a passion passed down through generations. Chilean winemaking began in the 1500s, introduced by Spanish conquistadors who planted vines to produce sacramental wine. Over time, what started as a religious necessity grew into a cultural legacy. In the 1800s, everything changed when French grape varieties arrived: Cabernet Sauvignon, Carmenere, Syrah. These vines took to Chilean soil with astonishing success, giving birth to the country's modern wine scene. Chile's geography plays a starring role in this success. With the Andes Mountains to the east and the Pacific Ocean to the west, Chile's narrow landmass creates a natural laboratory for wine. Each valley, from north to south, has a distinct character shaped by climate, elevation, and ocean breezes. In the Maipo Valley, often called the Bordeaux of South America, you'll find bold, structured Cabernets. Colchagua Valley, just to the south, produces robust reds like Malbec and Carmenere with a depth that rivals Old World blends. Farther north in Limeri Valley, the cool coastal fog sharpens the flavors of Sauvignon Blanc and Chardonnay, making them crisp and mineral-forward. Elqui Valley, perched at high altitudes, surprises with its aromatic Syrah and is also home to Chile's beloved grape spirit Pisco. These diverse wine regions give each bottle a unique signature. The sun-drenched central valleys yield ripe, intense reds. Cooler coastal regions balance things out with zesty whites. Even the high mountain vineyards produce wines with vivid freshness, thanks to chilly nights and thin air. Chile's natural barriers, the Andes, the Pacific, and the Atacama Desert, also act as built-in protections against pests, reducing the need for chemicals and encouraging organic practices. But wine in Chile is more than a product, it's an experience. Visitors can tour colonial-era wineries, taste small-batch vintages and family-run cellars, or sip award-winning blends overlooking the Andes. Many estates now lead in eco-conscious innovation, running on solar power, using composting systems, and preserving native biodiversity. Sustainability isn't a trend here. It's becoming a tradition. In regions like Casablanca and Colchagua, wine is woven into daily life. Tastings are often paired with locally caught seafood or wood-fired meats. Hosts welcome you with warm hospitality that feels more like a family gathering than a formal tour. Chile's food culture is just as vibrant and grounded in the land as its wines. From sizzling backyard asados to seaside favorites like ceviche and machas a la parmesana, meals in Chile carry the weight of heritage. Dishes like cazuela, a brothy stew, or pastel de choclo, a savory corn pie, reflect the fusion of Spanish and indigenous Mapuche influences. Even desserts like the sweet sponge-soaked tres leches cake speak to Chile's layered cultural history. Local ingredients are at the heart of everything. Fish and shellfish from the Pacific, fresh vegetables from fertile valleys, spices like mercan from the south, all connect the plate to the place. But food in Chile isn't just sustenance, it's ritual. The asado is a centerpiece of family life, much like evening tea once was. In different corners of the country, communities celebrate their own specialties. Coastal towns boast their seafood, while the Mapuche South preserves ancient cooking methods and native plants. Modern chefs are also reshaping tradition, using seaweed instead of packaged snacks, or elevating humble stews with sustainable twists. Chilean cuisine is constantly evolving, but it never forgets where it came from. It reflects the country itself, bold in flavor, rooted in history, and always looking forward. While Spanish is Chile's official language, the way it's spoken here feels entirely its own. Known as Español Chileño, the dialect stands apart with a rhythm and flavor that reflects the country's spirited personality. Locals shorten words, blur syllables, and add playful expressions, like po, used to emphasize just about anything, or al tiro, which means right away, but carries the urgency only Chileans can deliver. It's more than just speech. It's an expression of national pride, woven into daily life and passed down through generations. And yet language is only one part of Chile's cultural heartbeat. Step into Chile's calendar, and you'll find a year pulsing with celebration. The biggest by far is Fiestas Patrias, held each September 18th and 19th. It's not just a holiday. It's an explosion of national spirit. Streets come alive with the cueca, Chile's national dance, while the smoky aroma of grilled meats rises from backyard asados. Families gather under makeshift fondas, colorful party tents where empanadas are served with chicha, a sweet fermented drink. In the north, Carnaval Andino con la Fuerza del Sol draws thousands to Arica each February. It's a massive cultural parade honoring Andean roots, with dancers from Chile, Peru, and Bolivia moving in kaleidoscopic costumes to the sound of panpipes and drums. Music lovers find their stage in Viña del Mar's International Song Festival, Latin America's most prestigious music event. Held each February along the Pacific coast, it brings together international stars and homegrown talent in a celebration of rhythm under the open sky. But Chile's festivals go beyond entertainment. They carry deep spiritual meaning. In the desert town of La Tirana, over 2 million pilgrims gather each July to honor the Virgen del Carmen. The streets fill with dancers in devil masks performing the Diablada, blending Catholic devotion with indigenous Aymara rituals in a spectacle that speaks to centuries of faith and resilience. Chile also toasts its viticultural heritage at the Casablanca Wine Festival each April. Just an hour from Santiago, this lush valley is home to award-winning wines, and the festival pairs tastings with live music among the vines. Around the same time, Semana Santa transforms cities like Valparaiso and Santiago with solemn Easter processions, while January's Festival del Folclore de los Andes showcases traditional music and dance from across the continent. Each event opens a window into Chile's soul, a place where the ancient, sacred, and contemporary coexist. This cultural richness is mirrored in Chile's breathtaking geography. From the arid peaks of the north to the frozen wilds of the south, nature here doesn't just frame life, it defines it. In the far south, Torres del Paine National Park rises like a dream, where massive granite towers stand watch over sapphire lakes and drifting icebergs. Hikers on the famous W Circuit pass guanacos grazing beneath soaring condors, and glaciers crack with thunderous force as they shift in real time. Thousands of miles west, Easter Island offers a completely different wonder. Biking at sunrise past rows of ancient Moai statues feels like crossing into a living myth. These volcanic stone figures, silent, solemn, and immense, guard the island's craters, rocky cliffs, and crescent-shaped beaches. On the mainland, the Atacama Desert defies every image of what a desert should be. Here, geysers burst skyward at dawn, salt flats shimmer in rose hues, and every night the sky becomes a canvas of stars, more vivid than anywhere else on Earth. Travel south again, and you'll find the Lake District, a region of emerald lakes and snow-capped volcanoes. German-style villages line the shore, shaped by 19th-century immigrants who brought architecture, pastries, and brewing traditions still alive today. Beneath the shadow of Osorno volcano, locals kayak across lakes, fed by waterfalls that roar through ancient forests. It's a place where alpine calm meets Latin soul. In the heart of Santiago, rooftop bars serve chilled pisco sour as the sun dips behind the snow-covered Andes. Just 90 minutes away, ski resorts like Valle Nevado draw weekend crowds looking to carve fresh powder runs within sight of the capital. Along the coast, the rhythm shifts. Penguins waddle along the shores north of Viña del Mar. Whales breach the waters near Chiloé Island, and the colorful stilt houses of Castro offer a glimpse into slower sea-connected lives. The country's vast natural palette invites more than just sightseeing. It pulls you into direct encounters with the elements. Whether you're soaking in steaming hot springs under a canopy of stars, tracking wild pumas through the windswept plains of Patagonia, or sampling Carmenere in sun-drenched valleys, Chile doesn't just offer access to nature. It immerses you fully in one of Earth's most dramatic backdrops. What makes all of this possible is Chile's extraordinary geography. Stretching more than 4,300 kilometers from top to bottom, the country spans nearly every imaginable climate and ecosystem. In the north, the Atacama Desert offers lunar landscapes and zero rainfall for years on end. Farther south, temperate rainforests soak in moisture year-round, while icy fjords carve paths through the lower latitudes. In one journey, you can pass from golden coastlines to snow-dusted mountains to dense prehistoric woodlands, without ever leaving the country. Volcanoes define much of Chile's terrain. Over 300 rise across its territory, many still active and studied by researchers and adventurers alike. Among them, Villarrica, Lascar, and Cerro Hudson continue to attract climbers and scientists fascinated by the Earth's raw power. In the forested south, towering Araucaria trees, sometimes called monkey puzzle trees, stand like sentinels from another age. Head even farther south, and you reach the jagged edge of the continent. The fjords of Patagonia form a maze of channels that are both visually striking and ecologically vital, sustaining marine life and traditional transport routes. As night falls, the skies above these remote areas reveal another of Chile's hidden treasures, some of the clearest, darkest skies on the planet. By 2025, Chile is expected to host over 70% of global astronomical infrastructure, observatories perched on remote peaks watching the stars. Efforts are growing to protect these skies from light pollution, preserving their purity for stargazing and scientific discovery. Back in everyday life, Chile offers a range of housing options to suit locals and expats alike. In Santiago, a one-bedroom apartment in the city center typically rents for $490 to $535 a month, with lower prices in suburban areas ranging from $386 to $480. Larger homes, like three-bedroom apartments, average between $883 and $980, $956 in the city center, and around $767 to $944 outside it. Daily life here is budget-friendly. Without sacrificing quality, a meal at a casual restaurant costs about $8 to $12, and fast food meals are even cheaper at around $6.50 to $8.50. For a mid-range dinner for two, expect to pay roughly $38 to $57. Grocery bills come in at about $200 to $300 per person monthly, especially if you shop at local markets, where the produce is fresher and the price is more accessible than in supermarkets. Getting around is both affordable and efficient, especially in Santiago. A single public transportation ride costs between 86 cents and $1.14, while a monthly pass ranges from $40 to $57. Taxis are reasonably priced too, averaging $4 to $5, $6 for a 5-kilometer ride. Fuel costs hover between $1.30 and $1.46 per liter, manageable for drivers and reflective of broader access to transportation across income levels. Daily life in Chile remains surprisingly affordable for many. Basic utilities like electricity, water, heating, and garbage services typically cost between $70 and $120 per month, depending on the region and household size. High-speed internet, 60 megabits per second or faster, is widely available for just $20 to $35 monthly. Mobile phone plans offering solid data and call packages average around $15 to $25. For digital nomads, expats, or locals alike, Chile offers an impressive balance between cost and quality of living, especially for those who take time to understand the local rhythms and hidden gems. At Playa Luna, Chile's only official nude beach, that sense of balance also defines the experience, for the most part. The beach is widely regarded as an open-minded and welcoming space, where body acceptance and respect for nature go hand in hand. But, as with many public places, not every visitor shares the same mindset. Some women have expressed discomfort in online forums and review platforms, citing moments where the atmosphere felt off. A 2023 TripAdvisor post, for instance, described certain individuals, allegedly linked to the Playa Luna Club, who behaved aggressively or inappropriately toward others. While these cases don't represent the broader spirit of Playa Luna, they do reveal that respect and safety can occasionally lapse. Others have reported the presence of mirones, onlookers who arrive not out of a genuine interest in naturism, but simply to watch. Though they are few, their presence can affect the sense of comfort and freedom that Playa Luna aims to protect. For newcomers, especially solo female travelers, it's often recommended to visit with friends and remain aware of your surroundings. The overall mood remains positive and supportive, but like any public space, a little mindfulness goes a long way in maintaining a safe and enjoyable experience. For those thinking of making Chile a more permanent chapter in their lives, understanding the visa process is essential. Thankfully, entering the country as a tourist is relatively simple. Citizens from over 90 countries, including the United States, Canada, and most of Europe, can stay for up to 90 days without a visa. A valid passport is usually all you need to start your journey, whether you're hiking through Patagonia, exploring wine valleys, or enjoying city life in Santiago. For long-term stays, Chile provides multiple visa options. Those looking to work will need a formal job offer from a Chilean employer, with work visas typically processed within 3 to 6 weeks. Students enrolling in universities or language schools can apply for a student visa tailored to their academic programs. Temporary residency is also available for retirees, remote workers, and investors, and after 1 to 2 years of continuous residence, permanent residency becomes an option. Each visa type has its own requirements, including proof of financial resources, health insurance, and a clean criminal record. Applications often take 2 to 3 months to complete. But the reward is access to one of South America's most stable, modern, and livable nations. One important note: tourist visas cannot be extended. To stay longer, you'll need to switch visa categories or leave the country and return. Many opt for short trips to neighboring Argentina or Peru to reset their stay. But how does this compare to your own experience? Have you been to Playa Luna, or are you planning to visit? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. If this video gave you insight or inspiration, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and stay with us for more stories from the world's most fascinating places.